Good morning out there. Jeff the Social AIMCHealthSolutions.com, live here, Chechituit State Park, Framingham, Mass, under the massive trees here on this hot summer weekend in Massachusetts. We get some amazingly hot weather. The past week has been hot. Tomorrow we're going to be cracking 100 degrees. Hey, you know what? It's midsummer. It's this time of year. And you know what? We're going to enjoy it, right? The best we can. And get out there. So, as we always do every week, we always talk about some great health and wellness tips. I hope that you're getting some great information and getting educated about. And, you know, it's really, at the end of the day, you know, your health is your wealth. And changing your lifestyle is very important to be able to accommodate everything you want to be doing. So, you know, normally we've been talking about mindset. Last week we talked a little bit about diet and gluten-free, what's gluten-free dieting. This week I want to talk a little more about fitness. I haven't talked about fitness in a few weeks. You know, like I said, it's hot, right? So you're always thinking, exercising in hot weather. Should I be exercising in hot weather? Or should I be just chilling out? And everyone's going to probably say, I want to be chilling out. No, you should be exercising. So what's some tips and some do's and don'ts here? Exercise in hot weather. So why is it good to exercise in hot weather versus cold weather? Now, as a strength trainer, a big thing. Of course, your muscles have to warm up. You always hear, I got to warm up before I work out. It's easier, obviously, to warm up in hot weather. Your muscles are already warm. They already got juice in them, ready to go. So not to say you don't have to stretch. You absolutely have to stretch. But your body adapts faster, of course, in warmer weather, hot weather. So it's not a bad thing. Second thing is blood flow, right? So blood flow is much better in the summer, just generally. Because the reason your blood flow is better in the summer, you're doing a lot more, you're more active, but also because you sweat, it actually helps with your blood flow. I heard that one before. So, you know, and that leads to the next thing, sweating. So there's an age-old adage about, hey, I'm going to sweat the weight out. That's not really true, and it's very short term, because what is sweat? It's water. And in water weight, you do not want to lose water weight. You want to lose fat, right? So that leads to dehydration. And you know what happens when you get dehydrated? So, you know, people say, I'm going to sweat it out some pounds. Not really. Indirectly, you're not sweating out any pounds. You're sweating out water weight. So if you weigh yourself, you know, before you exercise, you sweat like crazy, then you weigh yourself again, you're like, oh wow, I lost a couple pounds. That's probably water weight. And that's going to be not really a good thing to lose water weight, because that's going to lead to my next thing, right? So some tips, right? So yeah, so you should exercise, and you've probably heard these before, and I bet you folks down in Arizona, Texas, Florida know this really well. You know, exercise as early as possible in the morning. I'm not going to talk about the nights, but early morning, you know, pre-8 a.m. is the best time to do your exercising. I would avoid running, just generally, unless, you know, you're doing a short distance. It's not bad, and of course, it depends on humidity level where you are. But generally, early morning's best. Second thing, loose-fitting clothing, because you're going to be sweating a lot. So if you wear tight clothes, you're not going to sweat as well. The sweat won't have a way to escape. So loose-fitting clothing is absolutely important. And we talk about water and dehydration. You got to drink water and electrolytes, anything with electrolytes, until you're sick of it. Because you know what? You're sweating it so much that, you know, you got to just replenish your body with water. So that way you're not dehydrated. Because if you get dehydrated, that leads to, you know, potential sunstroke and damage, where you start feeling very, you feel like nauseous, you have headaches and all that. That's because you're dehydrated. So water, loose-fitting clothing, and then, of course, you know, working out, the timing. You want to work out as early as possible, before really the heat of the day. Like today, I think up here, we're going to be around 97 degrees, probably around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, right? It was in the low 80s this morning. It wasn't too bad. It was a nice breeze. The humidity level yesterday actually was not too bad. Today it's getting more humid. Tomorrow's going to be really humid. So really the morning is key. And then, of course, sunscreen is important. I know you're going to say I sweat, but I'm going to sweat the sunscreen all out of my body. But sunscreen, of course, if you're in the sun, because, you know, this time of year in the hotter sun, the sun angle, you're going to get burnt pretty quick. And remember, your body's already getting dehydrated from sweating so much. So those are like 4 things to prepare. Also, you know, the high cardio workouts are not very good in this weather. You want to do more, I always say strength training and short sprints versus, you know, shorter runs, shorter bike rides, just generally, because cardio is just not very good. Cardio is a lot better, I would think, during, you know, when you're pre-80 degrees, it's probably better. And so those are some tips. So this, you know, so generally working out in hot weather is actually better than cold weather. For those some tips I talked about. And then there's some preparations you need to do so that way you don't feel, you don't get sick, because you can get sick quick. So remember, drink water, loose-fitting clothing, work out early, avoid, and here's the last thing, you hear this every week, avoid the breads, the milks, the heavy stuff, the stuff that sticks to you. You don't want that. You want stuff that flows when it comes to food, healthy food. Have a good day. We're going to stay cool there. We got some great woods. It's nice in the woods here. Nice to get a little cool under the trees. It's nice. And if you have any questions, let me know. I'll post some links, some tips, some fitness tips here. And we'll have a good day. Have a good day. Jeff the Social, AIMC Health Solutions.